Every so often, a draft class emerges that transforms the NFL landscape for years to come. Think 2011.
Denver Broncos select Von Miller.
With Von Miller, J.J. Watt, Julio Jones, and Cam Newton.
2016 NFL Draft.
Which gave us Jalen Ramsey, Derrick Henry, and Dak Prescott. What makes these classes special isn't just the headline names, but the sheer depth of talent. Franchise cornerstones found not just in the first round, but throughout all 3 days. That rare combination of elite top-end talent and exceptional depth is what separates good draft classes from legendary ones. And make no mistake, the 2025 NFL draft class has all the makings of being legendary. What we're witnessing with the 2025 class is the perfect storm. You have blue chip prospects at premium positions who look like can't miss stars. But beyond that first wave lies an ocean of talent deeper than we've seen in years. NFL scouts are buzzing about how many prospects carry first or second round grades. General managers are salivating at the thought of finding day one starters well into day two and even early day three. This isn't hyperbole or draft season optimism. The tape, the production, and the athletic testing all tell the same story. This class is special. The depth at premium positions is what truly stands out. The quarterback group features not just one or two potential franchise cornerstones, but multiple signal callers with legitimate starter upside. The wide receiver room is absolutely stacked with game breakers of every variety. Edge rushers with double-digit sack potential can be found in each of the first 3 rounds. And the offensive and defensive line classes, they're loaded with pro-ready maulers who can transform trenches from day one. The heartbeat of any draft class is its quarterback group. And the 2025 class delivers a blend of high-end talent and intriguing depth that has QB-needy teams circling April on their calendars. Leading the pack is Miami's Cameron Ward, whose meteoric rise from Washington State transfer to Heisman finalist showcases his rare talent. Ward is a thick, compact quarterback, 6 feet 2 inches, 223 pounds, with exceptional arm talent and improvisational skills. What separates Ward is his creativity. He's comfortable throwing from multiple platforms and arm angles, finding receivers even when plays break down. His quick hands make him lethal in RPO situations, and he can navigate around free rushers by adjusting his arm slots. Ward's aggressive nature is both his greatest strength and his most significant development area. He'll attack tight windows without hesitation, but this confidence occasionally leads to turnovers when he forces throws. Still, Ward's ceiling is undeniable. With proper coaching to harness his raw talent and refine his decision-making, he has legitimate Pro Bowl potential and profiles as a perfect fit for systems that emphasize downfield passing. Colorado's Shedeur Sanders has carved out his own spotlight. Sanders might lack Ward's prototypical size, but his football IQ, anticipation, and pocket presence are exceptional. Throughout his career at Jackson State and Colorado, Sanders displayed advanced processing skills and the ability to work through progressions quickly. Perhaps most impressive is his poise under pressure. Despite playing behind shaky offensive lines, allowing 52 sacks in 2024 alone, Sanders maintained his composure and delivered accurate strikes. His ball placement is surgical, particularly on intermediate throws between 10 to 19 yards, where his anticipation allows him to hit receivers in stride. Sanders' toughness cannot be questioned. He absorbed massive hits throughout his college career without flinching, constantly bouncing back to make plays. While he doesn't possess elite arm strength, his anticipation and timing compensate, allowing him to beat defenders with precision rather than pure velocity. Sanders profiles as an ideal fit for timing-based West Coast influence systems where his processing speed and accuracy can shine. Ole Miss's Jackson Dart rounds out the top tier. Dart blossomed in Lane Kiffin's offense, showcasing a blend of arm talent and mobility that makes him an intriguing prospect. His athleticism allows him to create off-script, Whether extending plays or picking up chunks of yardage with his legs, Dart thrives in RPO-heavy systems, making quick decisions and delivering accurate throws to all levels of the field. His deep ball is particularly impressive. He throws with touch and placement, giving his receivers opportunities to make plays. Beyond these top three, the quarterback class offers intriguing developmental options with starter upside. Tulane's Michael Pratt has steadily risen up draft boards after impressing at the Senior Bowl. Pratt brings cerebral play and toughness to the table. He processes information quickly and shows the leadership qualities teams covet. Though he lacks elite physical tools, his anticipation and decision-making consistently put his receivers in position to succeed. Coastal Carolina's Grayson McCall is another name to watch. Despite injury concerns, McCall's exceptional efficiency and experience in option-based systems make him an appealing project for teams with established starters. His accuracy and timing could translate well to West Coast offenses at the next level. Shifting focus to the running backs, the 2025 class might not feature a generational headline name like Bijan Robinson or Saquon Barkley, but what it lacks in star power, it more than makes up for in depth and versatility. Boise State's Ashton Jeanty sits atop most draft boards, and with good reason. Jeanty is a compact, powerful ball carrier, 5 feet 9 inches, 215 pounds, who combines exceptional balance with explosive burst. His running style is poetry in motion. He displays outstanding vision and patience, waiting for blocks to develop before exploding through holes with decisive cuts. What truly separates Jeanty is his contact balance. Defenders simply bounce off him, and he maintains momentum through traffic like few prospects in recent memory. Scouts see shades of Dalvin Cook and J.K. Dobbins in Jeanty's game, particularly in how he blends vision with power. His ability to absorb contact while keeping his feet moving makes him a nightmare in one-on-one situations at the second level. The one concern with Jeanty is ball security. He's fumbled 9 times over the past 2 seasons, an issue he'll need to clean up at the next level. Still, his 3-down potential makes him a likely day 1 selection and an immediate impact player. North Carolina's Omarion Hampton brings a different flavor to the table. At 6 feet 0 inches, 220 pounds, Hampton offers a tantalizing blend of size, athleticism, and home run speed. He's a patient runner who sets up blocks effectively, pressing the line before making decisive cuts. While Hampton doesn't quite have Jeanty's natural elusiveness, his straight line acceleration allows him to turn small creases into explosive gains. Hampton also brings value as a receiver, showing reliable hands on screens and angle routes. Ohio State's backfield offers 2 more potential stars in Treveyon Henderson and Quinshon Judkins. Henderson's journey has been fascinating. After bursting onto the scene as a freshman, injuries slowed his trajectory. Now healthy, he's showcasing the blend of explosiveness and receiving ability that had scouts drooling initially. Judkins, meanwhile, embodies power football. The former Ole Miss standout who transferred to Ohio State is decisive and aggressive, particularly on inside runs. He keeps his pad level low and seeks out contact rather than avoiding it. The real gem of this class might be Texas's Jaden Blue, one of the most electric players in college football. Blue won't be an every down back at the next level due to his slighter frame, but his home run potential and receiving ability make him a perfect complement in a committee approach. His route running from the backfield is exceptional for a running back, and his elite speed creates mismatches against linebackers in coverage. If there's a position group that epitomizes why the 2025 draft class is being called stacked, it's wide receiver. This collection of pass catchers isn't just deep, it's diverse, explosive, and ready to make an immediate impact across various offensive systems. From contested catch specialists to YAC monsters, from polished route technicians to pure speed demons, this receiver class has it all. Arizona's Tetairoa McMillan stands as the class's premier boundary threat. At 6 feet 5 inches, McMillan brings a basketball-like presence to the position, using his extraordinary length and body control to win contested situations. His game tape is a highlight reel of high point grabs and sideline acrobatics. While McMillan isn't the quickest off the line, his size and strength allow him to absorb contact and maintain his roots. His catch radius is simply enormous. Quarterbacks can put the ball almost anywhere in his vicinity, and McMillan will find a way to bring it in. Scouts see shades of Drake London in his game, though McMillan might actually possess better ball tracking skills downfield. The most electrifying talent might be Colorado's Travis Hunter, the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner, who dominated on both sides of the ball. Hunter's two-way excellence as a receiver and cornerback harkens back to a different era of football. As a receiver, Hunter displays exceptional route nuance, constantly changing speeds to keep defenders off balance. His body control is elite. He can pluck balls well outside his frame with remarkable ease. The biggest question is how his narrower frame will hold up playing both ways at the professional level, though most teams view him primarily as a cornerback who could contribute offensively in specialized packages. Houston's Matthew Golden might lack the flashy traits of some of his peers, but his polish and consistency make him a quarterback's best friend. Golden is a technician who understands the nuances of creating separation through tempo and subtle movements. His route tree is fully developed, and he shows excellent awareness against zone coverage, finding soft spots and presenting clear targets. Golden plays much bigger than his frame suggests, routinely winning contested catches through strong hands and concentration. Missouri's Luther Burden III brings a different dimension with his explosive after-catch ability. Primarily operating from the slot, Burden excels on option routes and quick hitting concepts that get the ball in his hands quickly. His change of direction skills are elite. He can stop and start in an instant, leaving defenders grasping at air. With the ball in his hands, he's dynamic, combining elusiveness with surprising power for his size. The Day 2 class is where this receiver group really separates itself from past years. Maryland's Ty Felton might be the biggest sleeper in the entire draft. Blessed with elite speed and leaping ability, Felton is a downfield tracking specialist who consistently creates separation on vertical routes. What makes him special, though, is his route running versatility. He's equally comfortable working the intermediate areas of the field and attacking across the middle. Felton's production against top competition tells the story. Against USC and Michigan State, defenses simply had no answer for him, resorting to pass interference penalties out of desperation. Colorado State's Torrey Horton missed significant time this season due to injury, but his skill set is pro-ready. Horton is a boundary specialist with refined routes and exceptional ball tracking ability. He makes contested catches look routine and has a knack for working the sideline with precise footwork. The 2025 tight end class might not generate the mainstream headlines of the quarterback or receiver groups, but among NFL scouts, it's being quietly celebrated as one of the most promising collections of tight end talent in recent drafts. Michigan's Colston Loveland leads the way as the modern prototype at the position. At 6 feet 5 inches, 245 pounds, Loveland brings a basketball-like fluidity to his routes that creates consistent separation from linebackers and safeties. The Wolverines deployed him all over the formation, in line, as a wing, and in the slot, and he produced from each alignment. What separates Loveland is his route technique. He's urgent in his releases and shows a tremendous feel for option routes and finding space. Penn State's Tyler Warren represents the other end of the tight end spectrum at a massive 6 feet 6 inches, 257 pounds. Warren is a physical force who carried the Nittany Lions offense for stretches of the 2024 season. Warren lined up everywhere from traditional tight end spots to wildcat quarterback, showcasing his unique versatility. While he doesn't create separation through his route precision like Loveland, Warren uses his massive frame to wall off defenders, presenting an enormous target even when covered. Warren's catch radius is exceptional. He can high point the ball over defenders or extend low to scoop passes off the turf. LSU's Mason Taylor offers perhaps the most balanced skill set in the class. The son of NFL Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, Mason has football intelligence in his DNA. Taylor's route running is advanced. He sets up defenders with subtle head fakes and body positioning, creating windows for his quarterback. His hands are exceptional. He's a natural hands catcher who keeps the ball away from his body, even in contested situations. In the trenches is where championships are won and lost. And the 2025 offensive line class provides an embarrassment of riches for teams looking to bolster their front five. LSU's Will Campbell stands atop the tackle class as one of the cleanest prospects in years. At 6 feet 6 inches, 325 pounds, Campbell combines ideal size with exceptional technical refinement. In pass protection, he maintains a wide, balanced base and keeps his hands tight to his frame before delivering a precise, controlled punch. His footwork is impressive. He can slide and redirect smoothly against speed rushers while maintaining the core strength to anchor against power moves. Some teams have expressed concern about Campbell's arm length, which measured slightly below the ideal threshold at the combine. However, his tape against top SEC edge rushers like Abdul Carter and Mike Green shows a player who can neutralize elite talent through technique and understanding of angles. Campbell projects as a day one starter and potential cornerstone left tackle for the next decade. Missouri's Armand Membo brings a different flavor to the tackle position. Thick and powerful with 34-inch arms, Membu explodes out of his stance in pass protection, shooting his right hand to stab opponents before reworking both hands to control the rush. His combination of length and quick hands makes him difficult to beat around the edge, and he displays the core strength to absorb power rushers without giving much ground. In the run game, Membu is a people mover, creating displacement on down blocks and generating significant push at the point of attack. The interior offensive line class is equally impressive, led by versatile prospects capable of playing multiple positions. Gray Zabel heads this group with his combination of toughness, awareness, and technical proficiency. Zabel has experience at 4 different positions along the offensive line, showing the football IQ and adaptability teams covet. While he lined up at left tackle last season, his best NFL fit appears to be at guard, where his quick feet and excellent hand placement will serve him well in pass protection. LSU's Miles Frazier might be the biggest sleeper among interior linemen. A mauling guard with a nasty temperament, Frazier thrives in the physical aspects of line play. LSU's offense asked a lot of its linemen in pass protection, requiring them to hold up in true drop-back situations rather than quick game concepts, and Frazier consistently delivered. He anchors well against power and shows enough lateral mobility to handle athletic interior rushers. In the run game, Frazier is a tone setter, driving defenders off the ball and looking to finish with authority. Kansas's Logan Brown rounds out the top group with his intriguing athletic profile. After transferring from Wisconsin, Brown flourished in Kansas's pass-heavy attack, showing the foot quickness and recovery ability to handle speed off the edge. He moves exceptionally well for his size, particularly when climbing to the second level or pulling on perimeter run concepts. Brown's past, including his dismissal from Wisconsin, will require thorough vetting, but his one season starting at Kansas showcased a player with legitimate NFL starting potential. Pass rush is the premium commodity in today's NFL, and the 2025 edge class delivers an embarrassment of riches. Penn State's Abdul Carter stands as the crown jewel of this edge class. Despite average height, 6 feet 3 inches, and length, Carter wins with extraordinary explosiveness and bend that simply cannot be taught. His first step burst is elite. He's consistently the first player moving at the snap, often beating offensive tackles to their set points. Carter's ability to corner at full speed while maintaining balance is special. He can flatten to the quarterback at sharp angles that most rushers simply can't achieve. His hand usage is advanced for his age with a refined swipe and rip combination that clears tackles his hands and creates clean paths to the quarterback. What separates Carter from one-dimensional speed rushers is his complete game. Against the run, he shows patience and discipline to set the edge against tight ends and tackles alike. His backside pursuit is relentless. Ball carriers rarely escape once Carter has the angle. In obvious passing situations, Carter has displayed the versatility to drop into coverage or spy mobile quarterbacks, using his exceptional closing speed to erase scrambling lanes. Georgia's Michael Williams brings a different skill set to the table, but remains an elite prospect. At 6 feet 5 inches with 35-inch arms, Williams possesses the prototype frame NFL teams covet on the edge. His 2024 season was hampered by an injury suffered in the opener against Clemson, but when healthy, Williams is a dominant force. His length creates immediate advantages. Offensive tackles struggle to reach his chest, giving Williams the leverage to control engagements. His bull rush is devastating when he converts speed to power, and he complements it with a violent swim move that allows him to defeat blocks quickly. Tennessee's James Pierce Jr. offers perhaps the best pure pass rush production in the class. Long and explosive at 6 feet 5 inches, Pierce consistently threatens the outside shoulder of offensive tackles with his speed rush. What makes him special, though, is his surprising power for his frame. He can generate significant pocket push with his bull rush, forcing quarterbacks to climb into his waiting teammates. The Volunteers moved Pierce around their defensive front, creating favorable matchups that he consistently exploited. The depth of this edge class truly shines with prospects like Marshall's Mike Green, who dominated Conference USA competition before proving himself against top competition. Green's first step and hand usage are advanced. He consistently wins with a variety of moves, from a devastating dip and rip to an effective spin counter. His motor never stops running, and his relentless pursuit leads to cleanup sacks and pressures. South Carolina's Kyle Kennard rounds out the top group with his explosive get-off and impressive length, 34-inch arms. Kennard wins primarily with speed off the edge, making offensive tackles miss with his quickness and flexibility. The concern with Kennard is his play strength. He can get knocked off balance in the run game and doesn't consistently convert speed to power. However, his athletic traits and production are too impressive to ignore. Interior defensive line play has never been more valuable in the NFL, and the 2025 draft class delivers an exceptional group of disruptors who can impact the game from the inside out. Michigan's Mason Graham stands at the top of this class as a complete defensive tackle prospect. The former wrestler brings technical refinement beyond his years, consistently winning with leverage and hand placement. At 6 feet 3 inches, 320 pounds, Graham possesses exceptional short area burst that allows him to fire off the ball and engage blockers on his terms. His ability to stack, locate, and shed blocks is textbook. He controls offensive linemen at the point of attack before discarding them to make tackles. As a pass rusher, Graham brings more to the table than many interior defenders. He has a violent club and rip move and a powerful bull rush that can collapse the pocket. Perhaps most impressive is his motor. Graham plays with relentless energy and refuses to stay blocked, creating late pressures through second and third efforts. His conditioning is exceptional. He can maintain his effectiveness deep into games without a noticeable drop-off. Kenneth Grant, Graham's Michigan teammate, offers a different but equally intriguing skill set. At a mammoth 6 feet 4 inches, 335 pounds, Grant is surprisingly nimble and explosive for his size. When he fires off the ball with proper pad level, he's virtually unstoppable, using his combination of size and quickness to overwhelm interior offensive linemen. With proper coaching to harness his physical gifts, Grant could develop into a dominant nose tackle with 3-down value. Texas's Vernon Broughton might be the biggest sleeper in this defensive tackle class. At 6 feet 5 inches with 35-inch arms, Broughton possesses rare length for an interior defender. He combines those physical traits with exceptional get-off, consistently beating guards with his first step. Broughton improved steadily throughout the 2024 season, playing his best football during Texas's playoff run. Against Arizona State, he was virtually unblockable, using his length to keep blockers at bay while exploding into the backfield. Currently projected as a Day 2 selection, Broughton has legitimate top 60 talent and could develop into a disruptive 3 technique at the next level. The linebacker position continues to evolve in the modern NFL, demanding players who can diagnose the run, drop into coverage, and occasionally rush the passer. Georgia's Jalen Walker heads this group as a versatile defender with rare physical traits. At 6 feet 2 inches, 245 pounds, Walker brings elite explosiveness and strength to the position. The Bulldogs deployed him in multiple roles as an off-ball linebacker, an edge rusher, and even occasionally in coverage. Walker is at his best when attacking downhill, where his burst and power allow him to defeat blocks and make stops in the backfield. As a pass rusher, he can win with pure speed, convert to power, or utilize an explosive counter move when offensive tackles overset. Walker's development in coverage has been steady throughout his career. While not a natural in space, he's improved his pattern matching and gained confidence dropping into zones. His ability to mirror quarterbacks when deployed as a spy is exceptional. He dominated in Georgia's first meeting with Texas during the 2024 season, containing the quarterback's scrambling ability while still generating pressure. Alabama's Jihad Campbell offers similar versatility with a different path. Recruited as an edge rusher, Campbell moved to inside linebacker due to Alabama's depth on the edge, with players like Will Anderson Jr. and Dallas Turner. This past season, he played both off the ball and on the edge, showcasing his adaptability. His best football is clearly ahead of him, making him an intriguing prospect for defensive coordinators who value multiplicity and athleticism over refined technique. Oklahoma's Danny Stutzman might be the most underrated linebacker in the class. While not as physically imposing as Walker or Campbell, Stutzman's football intelligence and diagnostic skills are exceptional. He consistently reads the run correctly, filling the proper gaps and making form tackles at or behind the line of scrimmage. His ability to process information quickly allows him to play faster than his timed speed would suggest. What truly separates Stutzman is his consistency and reliability. You rarely see him out of position or missing tackles he should make. The 2025 defensive back class offers a fascinating blend of elite talent, positional versatility, and scheme diversity. Michigan's Will Johnson leads the cornerback class with his combination of size, fluidity, and ball skills. At 6 feet 2 inches, 195 pounds, Johnson moves with the smoothness of a much smaller defender while maintaining the length to challenge receivers at the catch point. He played both outside and in the slot at Michigan, showcasing his versatility. In off coverage, Johnson's patience and diagnostic skills shine. He settles on routes without panic and finds ways to play the ball. His red against USC, resulting in a pick six, exemplifies his football intelligence and anticipation. Johnson possesses the size and length to press and match up with bigger receivers, though he sometimes relies too heavily on his physical tools rather than refined technique. The two concerns that emerged from his 2024 tape were inconsistent run support and questions about his deep speed. However, his combination of size and ball skills more than compensates for these issues, making him a likely first-round selection and day one starter. Ole Miss's Trey Amos brings ideal physical traits to the position. At 6 feet 1 inch with 34-inch arms, Amos possesses the length teams covet in boundary corners. He split 5 seasons between 3 different schools. Louisiana, Alabama, and Ole Miss, leading the Rebels with 13 pass breakups in 2024. Amos isn't the twitchiest athlete, but he compensates with excellent instincts and ball skills. Perhaps his most impressive attribute is his ability to locate and play the ball with his back to the quarterback, a critical skill for NFL corners. Texas's Jody Barron stands out as the class's most versatile defensive back. The quintessential Swiss Army knife, Barron lined up outside, in the slot, and even in the box as a dime linebacker for the Longhorns. He made impact plays in every game, displaying a rare combination of instincts and versatility. Barron excels playing off coverage, where his quick feet and exceptional eyes allow him to anticipate and jump routes. He doesn't waste steps when breaking on the ball, and his hands are outstanding when opportunities arise. The safety class is equally impressive, led by Texas's Andrew Mukuba. After transferring from Clemson, Mukuba flourished in Texas's pro-style defense. While slightly undersized, just under 200 pounds, Mukuba impacts the game in numerous ways. He can play as a deep safety and split safety looks, using his instincts to read quarterbacks and make plays on the ball. He's equally effective moving downhill as a run defender, showing surprising physicality despite his frame. Perhaps most valuable is Mukuba's ability to cover in the slot, where his quickness and route recognition skills shine. The under-the-radar talents in this class deserve special mention. UTSA's Za Frazier brings exceptional length and pressability to the cornerback position. His physical traits mirror those of former UTSA star Tariq Woolen, though Frazier displays more instinctive play in zone coverage. Despite coming from a smaller program, Frazier's combination of size, athleticism, and ball skills make him a potential day 2 steal. California's Noel Williams is another name flying below the radar. A transfer from UNLV, Williams caught national attention with his competitive toughness and versatility. Whether playing press man or zone, Williams consistently stays attached to receivers and displays impressive instincts when attacking the football. His physical play style jumps off the screen, particularly when matched up against bigger receivers like Stanford's Imanner. Williams hasn't generated much draft buzz, but his tape suggests a player who could outperform his draft position significantly. When evaluating the 2025 NFL draft class in its entirety, the comparisons to legendary classes become inevitable. This group has legitimate parallels to the historic 2011 class, which produced Von Miller, J.J. Watt, Julio Jones, Richard Sherman, and Cam Newton, among others. Both classes feature elite talent at premium positions with exceptional depth extending well into day 3. What separates truly special draft classes from merely good ones is the number of franchise cornerstones and potential Hall of Famers they produce. The 2025 class has multiple candidates across several positions. Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter could be generational defensive talents. Cameron Ward and Shedeur Sanders have the potential to reshape franchises at quarterback, and the offensive line group, headed by Will Campbell, could anchor lines for a decade. The 2025 NFL draft class truly earns its stacked designation through the rare combination of elite top-end talent and exceptional depth. From potential franchise quarterbacks to dominant defensive linemen, from game-breaking receivers to shutdown corners, this class offers immediate contributors at every position. What truly separates this class is how many players carry first or second round grades on talent alone. Due to the sheer number of quality prospects, teams selecting in the middle rounds will find value that would typically be gone much earlier. The diversity of this class extends beyond just positional talent. These prospects come from varied backgrounds, from historic powerhouses like Alabama, Michigan, and Ohio State, to rising programs like Colorado and Miami. Many have overcome significant adversity, whether it's transferring between multiple schools like Trey Amos, battling back from injuries like Tre'Veyon Henderson, or playing through suboptimal situations like Shedeur Sanders behind a porous offensive line. This resilience suggests a class mentally prepared for the rigors of professional football. So, what do you think about this loaded 2025 draft class? Which player are you most excited to see at the next level? And here's an interesting one. If your team could only draft from one position group we discussed today, which would you choose? The explosive receivers, those game-wrecking edge rushers, or maybe you're eyeing one of those franchise quarterbacks? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your takes and predictions. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2025 NFL draft class, do me a favor and smash that like button. It really helps the channel more than you know. And if you're new here, join the NFL Stars Stories family. I'll be back next week with a brand new video, diving into the top quarterback prospects film room. You won't want to miss what I found when studying Cameron Ward's mechanics and decision-making under pressure. Until then, keep studying those prospects, and I'll see you in the next one.